Welcome back, another video. I made a post last week and I said, shooting a Q&A video, ask anything below, thanks. And did like a picture, like a one-legged squat, but like, you know, the other leg is stretched out. It's kind of cool, you know, something to catch the attention. And you can see a little bit of end of Joe's bass there, and Sammy barefoot grooving. And boy, did you deliver. So now I'm gonna reply to these questions one by one, and we're just gonna go through it together, okay? Yes. Before I start, I'd like to thank everybody for buying my CD, that ultra rare limited edition vintage CD. I've shipped it, it's on its way to you. I kind of panicked. One person bought 2 CDs. And I wasn't sure, because a lot of people messaged me and some people emailed me to sign it, and I did started signing. So I should have probably started like a Google spreadsheet, but I'm a musician. I don't do well with spreadsheets. So I just signed every CD, and one person bought 2 CDs, so I signed both CDs. And then I realized, no, maybe they bought one for themselves and maybe another one to somebody else, and they both have to the same name. So I apologize, and let me know if I screw it up. I want to make it up to you. I'm so sorry. Anyways, more products coming soon on dovydas.shop. You just gotta check out periodically. So let's just jump into the questions. There's a lot of questions. I'm gonna try to be as serious as I can, while still remaining the entertainment value of this wonderful video. So what age did you realize you had a passion for music, and did you take lessons, or are you self-taught? Well, I wanted to sing and perform, I guess, ever since I was a kid. I wanted to play violin when I was 6, and I remember dancing in front of the TV when different concerts would be playing, and before swim lessons, when we were waiting to go and do in the swim school, I would just sing and reenact, sort of like a talent show routine, and I was like 7 or 8. So I guess I had passion for performing and performing music and stuff ever since I was little. But I didn't start until I was 14. Mainly self-taught on guitar. Wanted to learn it properly, theory, harmony and stuff. So I went to music school, and guess what? It's all booked up. No more slots available to join the guitar course. But hey, do you want to play drums? So I took drums, and there's more nuances to that. I switched to other, music schools, and went to different other educational institutions in Kaunas, Lithuania, and I can expand upon that, in some other video, maybe in the future. Have you ever seen the rain? It's raining today, but probably you mean it metaphorically, and yeah, I'm sure I have. What's the weirdest thing that's happened to you when playing a gig? I think the weirdest things are pretty well documented on videos on this channel. There's some pretty bizarre stuff. I guess before I've ever took videos of my gigs, at one time, these like spring breakers requested that I play Baby by Justin Bieber, and I did, and then they sang along, and that was pretty bizarre. And this one time I was playing on stage, this is some other time, I had 2 sizes too big of shoes, and then I did this jump with the guitar, and then I landed on my ass, and then it just rolled over on my back. People thought that I was doing like an AC/DC kind of reenactment, but actually it was an accident, so I felt pretty weird about that. That could be another video altogether, just mentioning all the weird things, Oh, and did you go to college? If not, how'd you get started with gigs? I didn't go to college. I went to Conservatory of Music in Lithuania, Kaunas, whatever. Link in the description. Check it out. It's all right. I went to a few other music schools before that, but no college. And how I got started with gigs? Well, I was 16 and I showed up at this restaurant in Kaunas, Lithuania, where I knew that they had this guitarist play music. So I came to the bartender, I had my guitar with me, and I was determined to get a gig there, you know, to start making money by playing music. And I said, hey, hi, I'm a musician. And the bartender says, hi, I am a bartender. He was trolling me. And then it's like, well, what I mean, you know, I'm looking to get a gig, you know, and then, so I guess that's how the first gig. And then I got some bar gigs with the band. Man, this is like another video. I'll have to, let me know in the comments if you would like me to expand upon these topics. This is some, you know, because I could like, you know, really narrow in onto how, and maybe it could be helpful to somebody else if you're like looking to pursue music, you know? Tips for playing faster. Favorite chord. Here's the thing that I've been doing. Well, man, this is like another video again. Well, you really got to focus on it. Favorite chord? Well, I really like the sound of this. I don't know if you can hear it, but I was going to show you how to play faster. So check this out. So basically, if it will focus, hopefully it will. So it's not like this, okay? It's not like that. You want to keep this part straight, okay? And you anchor this part. Yeah. I'll definitely have to make another video about this, trust me. This is like such a sloppy. It's probably like half the people in the comments, this is not how you do it, you know, so and that's pretty fast, you know? Well, that was one shitty demonstration. You're welcome, I guess. Sorry about that. I'm not a teacher. Practice every day. Just, I guess, practice every day and just make sure that you're not learning it in the wrong way, okay? That goes for any instrument. It's always like a self-correcting course. And you gotta navigate, and you gotta do it every day. Trust me. Do you gent? Yes, I can do it. What do you think of the movie Whiplash? It was alright. I think it was like the first movie where it somewhat accurately portrayed musicianship. You know, like the guy, he was tuning his drums. I've never seen anybody tune their drums in the movie, and the guy was doing. Adam Neely did a great review video. Check it out. He did a great review on the movie Whiplash. I couldn't, you know, he really went in depth, and you know, he brought up some good points. But out of all movies about musicians, that one got the closest to what accurate representation could be made in Hollywood movie of a musicianship. Yeah, he got a lot of things wrong, but it was you know, it was all right. Finally, I can understand why you're playing the gigs you do. To be honest, I don't understand why though. So can you or not? Your crowds are always pathetic, and you're nothing more than a second glance at these gigs. Is that fun for you? Is that what drives you musically, or are you just slaving it to make a buck? You have how many subscribers? And better question, why haven't you said, frick these share-ass pathetic gigs and given all your time and passion and dedication to playing and booking your own shows and doing your own promo? If it's what you love, then why have I been subscribed for a long time and seen nothing but you being in the corner and playing these depressing gigs? If you're a SJW, then you can okay, everything I said was out of genuine curiosity and love. Well, first of all, you haven't been subscribed to this channel that long, because if you did, then you would know that you know, a little bit over than a year ago, I had like less than 100 subscribers, and that's all I've been doing is these gigs to support myself. And you would know that I recorded an album in Nashville in June, and I'm about to release it and make vinyls available and then go on tour. Okay? I don't know. If you care, you know, you could definitely come across in a more constructive manner, you know? It's just, you're kind of asking for a confrontation with that type of approach. And, you know, it's definitely not appreciated when you ask it like that. You definitely haven't been subscribed for that long. If you truly were, you would know that I'm, you know, not really doing that many gigs, and when I do, it's for the sake of music, and it's good to challenge yourself, I suppose. Yeah, ideally I want to go on tour, you know, and play for people who care. And there are some upcoming future videos coming on this channel where I played and people showed up and they clapped and they met me and they took pictures with me because they watched my videos on YouTube. So it's happening. It's happening. And I don't know, check back the channel history. You know, it's I've had like, you know, less than 100 subscribers for the longest time, more than a year ago, you know? Do you have AIDS? And when was your first performance? No, I don't have AIDS. You know, you should definitely donate to all the, you know, to whatever charity of your choice that actually do AIDS and HIV research, I suppose, you know, if you have a concern about those type of diseases, which, you know, if you ask, I suppose you do. When was your first performance? In my high school, I was like 14, 15. It's like a high school talent show. And it's actually, well, there's not a video of the first performance. There's a video on YouTube of my second ever performance in a high school show. Where do you want to go from here? What is your goal? Where do you want to go from here? What is your goal for the future? I want to headline my own tour, world tours. I'm not quite sure what all that entails yet. I'm sure it's like a major production and management nightmare, and logistical solutions are required to solve something like that. But that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be doing, and write songs that actually are being played on the radio, and not completely sell out. I just want to make my music more accessible. I do enjoy shredding guitar and traveling into these musical expansions with complicated guitar melodies, but that's not for everybody. And I do have other musical ideas that are more easily digested by the general public, I suppose. And general public, usually they tell me they like it. So I kind of want to, like, you know, sneak into the door through the mainstream and then shred guitar and reintroduce it as like a novelty thing, which guitar has been absent from pop. So to reiterate, headline my own world tour, stadium tour, how about that? And write songs that are on the charts and are Grammy worthy. An ambitious ambition, but that's how you live your life to the fullest. Okay, you just you go for it, and if I fail, at least I know that I failed while trying my best, as opposed to regret for never trying and never being ambitious enough, because the regret, that's something that will eat you from the inside. Have you ever bored of doing music? Not really. No. Maybe I've played guitar one time for so much that the picking hand started hurting, or my fingers that, you know, you go on the frets were hurting to the point, and I had to stop because physically it was hurting, but never because I was bored. What guitar should I get for Christmas and an amp? What guitar do people play that you listen to? What type of, you know, because it's so many different guitars. There's acoustic guitars, hollow body electrics with tremolo. So, you know, kind of figure out what kind of music you're trying to go for, and, you know, look into your budget. Don't don't go broke. You know, guitars there are really good guitars that are really inexpensive. You should definitely check out some brands. Actually, I'm gonna link some stuff in the description if I remember after I'm done editing this video, and check out some stuff, you know, that you could some packages, you know. What's the dream, Super Bowl halftime or Glastonbury? I'm not sure what is Glastonbury. I know what a Super Bowl halftime is because I've learned about it, you know, because I live in America now. I had no idea what that was before I came here. So definitely Super Bowl halftime. And can I have both? Can I do that and Glastonbury? That would be, you know, a slice of the dream. That'd be nice. How about a video recorded with a room sound instead of direct recording? I've tried that. Everybody hates it. No one likes it. No one watched my videos when I was doing that. The only reason I believe channel started gaining traction is when I started recording audio direct and then without the extra noise, you know, because with the room sound, you would hear like a distorted fart noise throughout, because, you know, it's loud concerts, and then, you know, somebody's like, if there's a table at a gig really close and they're like talking, can you believe what Bethany said? And the Bethany said, oh my God, you know, and then you would hear that instead of just music. So that's why it's a little bit better, you know, to record direct. Are you going to answer any of these questions? Yeah. Did you read the post? I said I'm shooting a video. So I waited for everybody, you know, to get a chance to... Yes. Yes, I'm so reactive. I'm like, I don't know, that other comment kind of set me off. Dovydas, I love your content. Thank you. Your style is amazing and your music is memorizing. What are some goals you have with YouTube or future events? Well, I'm looking to go on tour. I'm looking to release an album both digitally and on vinyl. I was considering, and I'm still considering, releasing some unreleased videos on a VHS. I think that'd be hilarious. Also, just, you know, continue making videos, shoot some music videos as opposed to just doing, you know, these like gigs and there's a, you know, camera on my guitar type of content. I'd like to shoot some music videos, you know, like Vivo type, not to sell out to Vivo, but kind of like Post Malone style, but instead of Bentleys, have like 1996 Ford Taurus, drive slowly because it can't spin donuts, you know, and kind of do I don't know, just you know, I'm still winging it and I'm still figuring it out. And there are plenty of other bigger channels that are also still figuring it out, you know. So we'll definitely see. If you have some golden ideas, please let me know. How it feels to be awesome, because I don't know. Well, I guess you fake it till you make it, you know? You just, I guess working out helps a lot, you know? When I don't feel awesome, I can always go to the gym and do certain numbers that I do, and I feel pretty awesome after working out, so... Who's the hunk playing drums behind you? Well, it depends in which video, but this is Barefoot Groove sneaking into the comments. How do you personally come up with improv on the spot? Technique, scale, roots, bits from your idols, or is it just because you're awesome? I guess everything and then none of that. You know, you can do that. You can also, what I do, I just like listen to the chord changes and then listen to the melody that's playing in my head, and then I try to translate it through my guitar playing to the fingers, you know, and then try to make the guitar sing, you know. If you can hum and whistle a melody, so basically the goal is whatever is in your head to be able to play it on whatever instrument you're playing. So it definitely helps knowing technique, you know, having technique, scale, you know, chords, bits from my idols. That's the thing. I have like people that I like listening to their guitar playing, but I've never made a point to learn any of their licks because I don't know. I read somewhere that Ray Charles, was it Ray Charles? in an interview said that when he writes, when he was still alive, when he writes, he doesn't listen to anybody else's music to not influence his style of the time of writing of songs at the time. So sometimes I do that. So I listen a lot of not guitar music at all, and I try to incorporate phrasings. So that definitely helps to come up with some unique stuff. Like I've been listening to a lot of rap and hip hop and trap, Migos, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, and then taking that and putting that on the guitar, It's interesting, you can do whatever melody you want because they're not really doing a melody, but the rhythmical phrasing is da 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 da, whoa, da 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 da. It's just, I don't know, I like it. It's not guitar, and when you put it on guitar, it sounds very, very weird, So I've been kind of incorporating that. I don't know, I kind of probably said too much, but whatever. What is the funniest and the strangest experience gigging on the road? Oh, funniest and strangest experience. I don't know. Some drunk crowd interactions are pretty strange, and some other jealous musicians from rival bands can be also. Oh, I got unplugged one time. I was in a jam session. I was playing, and this jealous piece of a muffin came on stage and unplugged my amp. And I said, after I was done with the jam session, I said, "Why'd you do it?" And he said, "You played too long." And he was just an ass. So that was pretty strange. I'll never forget that. Where are you from? I'm from Lithuania. Lithuania. Have you ever heard of Lithuania? How are you? I'm good. How are you? Do you play any other instruments, and if so, which ones? When I went to music school for drums, then a required instrument when you take percussion in music school is some kind of melodic instrument. So I guess English would be marimba or xylophone, whatever you call it. I played one of those too. And then piano was required, so I played piano. And then I took up bass because my bass player at the time in the band in Lithuania didn't know how to play bass. So I had to pick up bass too. And then I watched some kind of video on YouTube about harmonica. And I wanted to play blues harmonica, so I figured that one out. So I played a harmonica too. And then a friend of mine dropped off an accordion for a couple weeks, so I figured out the basics of the accordion. I can play like 2 songs on the accordion. So I like that. How many is that? I kind of lost the count. But yeah, obviously I'm not as good on drums as I used to be when I practiced every day because, drums take up a lot of room and they take up a lot of acoustic space too, which can annoy people. So that's why I only get to practice electric guitar every day. So that's why I guess I'm kind of okay on guitar because it's everyday, bro. What's the first instruments you played? Love your videos, by the way. Thank you. Glad you like my videos, Luis. Guitar. First instrument I picked up, but went to music school for drums. 1 rep squat max. 515 pounds. Below parallel. No knee wraps. Just the belt. Low back. I don't like high back. High bar. Low. Whatever you call it in English. You know what I'm saying. It's not Olympic. Like a high bar. More of a low bar. Where it's like almost on delts. Rear delts. If you wrote lyrics, would they be as deep as that squat? I do write lyrics and I sing, and I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if they're deep. Check out my song, This Show. I went kind of deep there, Why are 7 strings so thick? Actually, well, yeah, the neck has to be a little bit wider to fit in, all the 7 strings. But to compensate that, the distance between each string is actually closer compared to a 6-string guitar. So it's actually very good. How many times have you pretended to be Carlos Santana? 0. None. I haven't pretended to be Carlos Santana. Well, unless you mean like, you know, playing and then phrasing like Carlos Santana. Then maybe I tried a little bit and then I'll just do my thing. Have you ever thought about doing short hair? Well, this is pretty short. What do you think? I don't know. This is kind of short. How long you playing guitar? Well, I'm 26 now. So I started when I was 14. So quick maths. Do the quick maths. Why you play guitar? I guess I saw everybody who was cool play guitar, and that is some inexpensive instrument that is highly portable and popular. It's unlike the piano. You're not gonna bring a piano to a camping trip and play by the campfire. You know, piano. You're not gonna bring a harp, like an orchestral harp or a cello, I suppose. It's sort of like a popular music and all the, I don't know. It's a good point, you know. It's inexpensive to get to your kid, you know, I suppose. I don't know, maybe I just fell into this like brainwashed delusion of trying to identify with a decade in which my generation didn't even live. You know, I listened to Elvis and the Beatles, and everybody had guitar there, and guitar was like trending at the time in those decades, and I just believed that I don't know, you know, and just the way you hold it, I suppose, like piano, that's something you push away from yourself. Because I did like tinker with the piano as a kid, because I think my aunt had a piano, so I would go to their house and play on the piano. Well, not play, but just like, you know, whatever. So piano is something you push away, and then I went to music school for drums. That's another thing that's like expensive, and it's like hard to transport from place to place unless you have a car, you know. And the guitar is just highly portable, and then, you know, the more you do it, the more rewarding it becomes to learn new things, and then part of your personality becomes attached to it. I don't know, let me get back to you on that. Did you watch Bohemian Rhapsody, the new movie about Freddie's life? Yes, I did. It's good, but it's full of lies, okay? When they were giving him shit in the movie that he's breaking the band apart by wanting to release a solo album, Brian May and that other guy that no one knows his name, they released solo albums 1 or 2 years before he ever did. And then about AIDS, he wasn't diagnosed until much later, so that whole scene when he tells them before the Wembley stage, that's not true. It's just, and they're like, oh, he's always late, and he's like partying, and they're like clean cut, and they're like not partying, and they're always on time. No. Freddie's dead, and the alive members of the band are gonna tell their story to make themselves look really good, and they're not saints either, okay? They were in those same parties, okay? And they didn't leave early. It's so inaccurate, it's bad. But good acting, I suppose, you know, but it wasn't really about Freddie's life. It was sort of like what Brian May wants you to see. You like jazz? Yeah, jazz is pretty good. I just don't like like jazz. I like jazz, but I don't like jazz. Well, there's a difference. It's like a joke. It makes sense in Lithuanian because J is soft, so you can say jazz, and then you can say yaz because J is soft, and whatever. You know what I mean? I like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin type of jazz. You know, I really like the old standards. How often do you get hecklers? How do you deal with a situation like that? The question should be, how often do you get people at all at your show? I'm sure I'll encounter that. I haven't had hecklers. Maybe let me think. Well, I guess, somebody like requesting some kind of song really obnoxiously could be considered a heckler. But I guess heckler somebody that continues on heckling. I'm really not sure. I don't know. Let me get a heckler. I'll get back to you on that. How is the music scene in Florida? Well, that's why I'm moving. I will be moving from Florida. I'll make an announcement video about that. It's kind of hush-hush now, but if you made it this far into the video, now you possess a little piece of secret knowledge that's not gonna, be announced until a little bit later in the future. So how do you feel about that, huh? You always show small audiences for your gigs. Is that really for real? Yes, that's the music scene in Florida. That's really for real. It's surprising how anyone wouldn't see or hear what you put up while performing with all those gear and equipment. It's certainly fascinating to see. Well, glad you think it's fascinating. Thank you. When I do a performance, when it's on the stage and the whole venue is built up in such way when you walk in, you're supposed to be paying attention to music, then yes, people are listening and appreciating and stuff. But if it's a restaurant and it has TVs and it's a Monday night college football or the new baseball season on TV, no one cares. One person, two people will care, and it's just Florida. Thanks to YouTube, in the past 1 year, I've been able to branch out. People have been showing up to my gigs because they look at my videos on YouTube and they're like, oh my God, you're such an inspiration. And I'm like, what? Someone cares? Someone listens? That is so weird, And so YouTube is allowing me to do some, things to further my career as a musician. But until then, yeah, that's the only way to make a living. You take any gig you can and you play, restaurants and bars and tiki places, and most of the time, if it's a Tuesday, Wednesday, it's gonna be pretty empty. Share your hardest moments. Well, maybe in another video. And, everyone has a sob story, and the next sob story is better than the first one. So, there's no point in that. I'd rather share some inspirational moments, to lift somebody up. Can I become your slave? Pay me using weed. Well, I don't think that's how slavery works. You don't get paid at all, and I'm pretty sure you can't. And, I don't do drugs. So you'll just have to find a different supplier. I'm not into either of those things, okay? Can you press F? Yes, I can. Have you ever thought of... I probably have. Thoughts on Stratocaster and why you don't use one. Okay, first of all, how many frets does a Stratocaster have? I need 24 frets. Most Stratocasters have 21 or 22 frets, so that's not enough frets. Most Stratocasters have a bolt-on neck. I really don't like bolt-on necks. It's so annoying. I like, look at this. And look, you see, no bolts. And then I can play high notes right here. And this is so pleasant to hang out. This is right here. Okay, what else do Stratocasters have? There's not even one Stratocaster that has 7 strings. And I like having 7 strings. Also the Stratocaster tremolo system is the worst tremolo system in the world. I don't know. I just don't like it. You can do so much more. That's a Stratocaster is a great guitar for the decade when it was built and invented. The technology has moved much further. Look, this is a computer, okay? And the computer in the 50s was this huge facility to compute things. And the guitar in the 50s was a Stratocaster, and a guitar today still a Stratocaster. Like, where's the innovation? You know, like you should. That's why guitar is no longer popular, because it just failed to innovate, both musically and you know, the way it's built. There are some innovative companies, but you know, they're like not famous yet. I don't know. It's okay if you like one. You know, it's definitely a matter of preference. It's just the way I play, and you know, the size of my hands. I got 2 left hands. You know, I just don't like Stratocasters, and their necks are just too thick. I'm 21 and I don't know a single thing about music. No, do I have the money, time, and the situation to learn it, but I want to. Give me some advices. Well, first of all, you're in luck because you're on YouTube. You know, Rick Beato, Adam Neely, Music is When, Paul Davids, Troy Grady, all these channels, you know. Well, you know, figure out what instrument you want to play. And yeah, you can, trust me, so many resources for free. And if you have at least 30 minutes a day, you can do it. Totally. Weird flex, but it's okay. I've seen that meme. What's your favorite Beatles song? I remember as a kid listening to Help. It's just, I don't know, it's just that rhythm, and now I hear it, it has that nostalgic feeling. It's just great. I don't know. It's just, help, I need somebody, help. Yeah, it's such a great song. From the videos, it seems you have big crowds and sometimes 1 or 2, yet you are always positive. How do you do this? Well, sometimes you're in a situation and there's nothing you can do about it. So are you gonna suffer? Or are you gonna accept it willingly and make the best of it? That's the philosophy. I guess that's how I try to do it. I just try to make the best of it, you know? And then it becomes a good situation. Do you think I should study something that I don't like for money or follow my dream to become a singer? Well, that's up to you to figure it out. I really don't know. You really, yeah, you need to like do like really hard thinking about this one. Yeah, because every music school, look, it's great to follow your dreams, and I tell that to everybody, but it depends on what country you're from. You know, if you're gonna have to take care of your family, are you gonna, you know, have kids and you want to build a house, you know, and what type of music industry there is, and you know, you can start studying something for the money, like you say, and then take singing lessons on the side, I suppose. Yeah, you gotta figure it out. I really don't know. Do you have a major in music or something? Well, Conservatory of Music is something that's like adjunct to the curriculum of the high school curriculum in Lithuania. So it's like 12, you know, I'm graduated 12th grade, and there was like, you know, music subjects attached to that thing. So it's not really a major. Not really. What's your next goal as a musician, YouTube aside? Get signed to a label, write more originals, keep doing what you're doing, and just keep improving, asking literally whether it be a small, simple goal or some huge, sincerely, huge fan. Well, thank you. Next goal as a musician. Well, I am interested in a record deal that would be mutually beneficial to the label and to me. The old school sort of model, you know, where you're like in debt to the record label, no, I'm not interested in that. Writing more originals, releasing those songs, getting them on the radio, getting them on the charts, or like trending Spotify playlist, whatever the new thing is, you know. shooting like cool music videos, going on tour, and selling tickets to a show, and like doing meet and greets, and I don't know, signing CDs or vinyls, and I've enjoyed that. That's been pretty surreal, you know. Even that small scale, even, you know, there was like 5 people came to this gig, and all of them came because of you know, they saw my stuff on YouTube. So that was pretty. So, you know, statistically speaking, if with 0 advertisement, 10 people showed up. So I'm pretty sure that could be like 1,000 times more than that, and that could be doable, you know. So I'm just and getting signed to a big label because it's a business, and there are well-established powers in this industry and this business that hold the keys to certain gates. You can make it so far, you know, on your own, and you always need an infrastructure to help you out in the industry. So I'm definitely open to an idea to signing you know, a major record deal, and there's no shame in that if you negotiate it properly and you still maintain freedom and independence, creative freedom and independence. Man, I'm like formulating, I'm like careful with my words, because I know that maybe I might get called out, you know, hey, but in the past you said this. So, and I want to sleep on the bed of Grammys, you know. Can you try a Grateful Dead song or Reeling in the Years by Steely Dan? I can definitely look into that. Have you sold your soul yet? No comment. Next question. How did you push yourself to this point of progress? Are you still pushing yourself now? Yes, I'm still pushing myself now, and it's you do something every day, at least a little, but you do it every day, you know, and it adds up. Let's say you do I don't know, like a 1 hour, 2 hours a day, you know. After 1 week, that's a lot of hours. After a month, you know, after, I don't know, 10 years, that's a lot of hours. So, you know, just a little something. Can you play Neon? I'm assuming that's a band or probably a song. I don't know. I haven't heard. Are you from America? And what does your account name mean? I am located in Florida, United States of America, but originally I'm from Lithuania. And my account name means, it's my name. This is Dovydas. This is my name, as on my driver's license and birth certificate. Ar atvarysi pagroti po žieminę perėją Kaune? Well, he's asking, are you gonna come and play into this underground pedestrian walk in Kaunas? And it's not a place to perform music. It's sort of where buskers go if it's like really cold and raining outside. But it could be a good idea if you get could get like a proper permit from the city and kind of like block it off and get some security, you know, to beat up all the moroze. That could be doable. That would be a killer show, cool video too, and just like really weird experience. Get like some lights, you know, and smoke machines. Yeah, that could be a party. Have you ever wanted to give up a guitar? Only in exchange to another guitar. No, never. Why do you only play the pentatonic scale? Well, that's not true. You should know that I actually like Mixolydian, Dorian. I do augmented Phrygian and double harmonic minor and major. So pay attention next time, okay? Actually pay attention. Where do you see yourself and your channel in the future? One day I will beat T-Series and avenge PewDiePie. I'm just looking to make great music and share it with the people and provide best possible entertainment and content while remaining true and genuine to my spirit of creativity, I suppose, and foster it, grow it, kindle this, whatever this is, you know? How old are you? I am 26. Stickly ragging through the speakers. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that. How do you manage to get around nerves, especially with a dull crowd? You just do it. And if there are any nerves, what you would call it, they're kind of gone in the middle of the first song. You know, I sit in the groove and then, okay, this is my element, and you know, you can't hurt me. I have a request, lol. I was just listening to CCR, heard it through the grapevine. If possible, I would love to hear your version of the song with a long solo. I'll check it out. That could be a good song. Will you ever come to Southern California? Yes, it's not scheduled yet, but that would be a great idea. I was in Orange County. Is that Southern California though? I don't know. How did you get used to play to audience? I've been playing for over 5 years and still can't get used to them. Well, maybe it's a good thing that you're not getting used to it, because it's, you know, special every time you do it. You know, it's kind of like, you know, it's like this elevated state of a heightened sensory whatever. So like I said in the earlier question, it's kind of like if you're nervous, that's good, you know. It's just like, you know, people, oh, don't be afraid. Well, be afraid, but, you know, be brave. So just be brave, and when you know that you're good at something, you just do it. And maybe I'll make a video about it, how to deal with stage fright. Yeah, just hold me up to it. I gotta make a video about it. What's your guilty pleasure? Chocolate ice cream, chocolate almonds, just milk chocolate in general. Yeah. Dovydas, I've said this before, but you are a phenomenal talent. Thank you. You're too kind. You're living in paradise, but very few they appreciate you. Please move to a major city like New York City, LA, somewhere you can reach the masses, because you're a guitar great and deserve a recognition, respect, and yes, money. Thanks. There is no limit for you to keep pushing. You will get there. Thank you for being you, and best of luck always. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, I'm moving next year, 2019. I am moving from Florida. I'm moving to a big music city. Kevin, why? Well, because Buckethead fan. Yes and no, because I don't know that much of his repertoire, but whenever a video pops up of Buckethead, yeah, I'm gonna watch it, and it's great. Can you play any classical, and how many hours do you practice a day? Yes, I've started on classical acoustic guitar, and when I started, I used to practice 4 or 5 hours a day every day, and now I practice at least 1 or 2 hours a day every day. If I can get in 3 hours, that's great. How much do you get paid to play in public places? I'm not going to tell you that. It's kind of, well, if I was to rely only on that, that is not enough to make a living and support yourself. Let's just leave it at that, you know? I'm really not looking to start a tradition of sharing income numbers on this channel, no matter how small and no matter how big, because the small income numbers would cause sort of like a pity party, whoo boo-hoo me, look how little I'm making, and big income numbers would be like flexing, you know, like bragging. So I neither want a charity party, nor do I want be like bragging, sort of like Jake Paul new Lamborghini kind of video. You know, it's just we're gonna leave that. There's music, there's art, there's entertainment, there's comedy, there's my mug here, you know, and we're gonna stick to that. Think you'll ever make it up to Ohio to play? Yes, I'd love to. How do you get Schecter to call you? I made a video, why they never call you back, my guitar story. And in that video I said, hey, Schecter, call me. And then, and they did. That's it. Do you just play or do you feel what you play? Both. You also got to be present, because not only you're playing, I'm playing, I'm performing. Even though there is not a rehearsed dance routine, there are certain theatrical motions that I have to get rid of my complex of thinking, oh, I shouldn't do this because it will look cringe. I just gotta, like, you know, let it go. So yes, I play the notes, and then I feel it, and then I move to it as well. Hopefully that answers. What's the most awkward experience you had playing live? Well, I guess that lady asking to turn down when there was like no sound at all, and the house music was louder than whatever we were playing, and she just kept asking to turn it down. That was pretty awkward. Any suggestion for playing faster pieces? Keep practicing consistently every day, and look for efficiency. What is your favorite chord progression? 1-6-2-5. That's pretty fun. That's the entire doo-wop is written on that. And when I started was blues, you know, 1-4-5, definitely. Now I'm exploring something weird, something not weird but like different, like 2-3-4-5 in major, you know, and it's like there's no resolution, there's no one, or like just 4 and 5, 4 and 5, and there's no one. It creates this sense of tension, drama, musical drama, you know. It just, you know, so I'm looking for more interesting chord progressions these days. Advice for people learning by themselves and YouTube. Yeah, keep at it. There's just, my God, trust me, if I had this many channels when I started playing, yeah, I'd be playing even better right now. Definitely YouTube channels. I think I mentioned earlier in this video, and check out links in the description. Dovydas, would you ever think about coming to Scotland? For sure, yeah. I'd love to play in Scotland. Where are you from? Your name sounds Lithuanian. Your name sounds Lithuanian too, Lutaure. I am from Lithuania. Why aren't you replying to anyone? I'm making a video and I'm replying right now. Video games? Breakdowns, man. Well, I used to play Jazz Jackrabbit 2 as a kid. I've played Cossacks, European Wars, and Grand Theft Auto Vice City. But I don't play video games now, okay? Because it's a lot of time and you don't learn anything. It's the time that could be spent writing a song or practicing or reading a book about, I don't know, music theory or something. I'd you ever had the opportunity to play music for an alien, what it would sound like? I don't know, I would just make a bunch of like alien noises on synthesizer and guitar, you know, just probably just, you could just play anything, it would sound alien to the aliens, right? Any chance you might do some guitar tutorials maybe on your channel or live streaming? And also, will you ever live stream some of your gigs? Yeah, there is a chance I could do that if you know, something I'm knowledgeable about, which would be something I play or something like that. Maybe like a short explanation. Will you ever live stream some of your... Yeah, I have live streamed some of my gigs. Those streams don't get like pushed out to subscribers, so not a lot of people see them for some reason. Do you ever play Spanish style or flamenco acoustic? Yes. When did you start playing guitar? I was 14. Do you ever plan on doing any lesson videos? I'd like to learn your version of Purple Rain. Well, there's not much to it, and I'm telling you, I would have to listen to that video to figure out what I was doing, because I was doing it in the moment. I didn't like learn it. I sort of have a basic concept, and then I build on it in real time, and then later I can't repeat it. Think of it as a speed painting. You know, it's gonna be different every time. Sergio Lopez. How do you achieve your tone during your performances? I'll make a tone video. Right now, it's all GT1000 and Boss SY300. Literally, that's it. And before that, it was AMT SS11B through an Omnicab sim by DSM Noisemaker with like reverb, Terra Echo, multi-overtone, and reverb. No, did I say? Yeah, and delay, and wah in between. No, wah was before. Wah was well, there's a video. There's an older video about my gear, and I still have that pedal board in that video, so you can check it out. How long will the album be, as in time length and track listing? Very excited to listen and for the tour. It's gonna be 9 songs, and it's gonna be what, over 50 minutes long, I think. That's how long it is. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Headlining a stadium world tour. Dovydas Stadium World Tour. 5 years. When is that? 2024, 2025? And just playing music, singing my heart out to people, and you know, meeting people who enjoy that music, and just doing that. Yeah. And you know, having my songs, well, maybe I was gonna say having my songs on the radio, but maybe radio is not gonna exist by then. You know, there's not gonna be any FM radio anymore. So whatever the platform is gonna be, you know, probably YouTube's gonna be either gone or like super giant or whatever. You know. When will your first gig in Holland be? I'll be there. Well, it will happen. I don't have a schedule, but I wanna go on tour. You know, we're gonna start small scale, then we're gonna go stadium tours. Okay. What's your background in music? Did you go to school? What do you recommend for a musician that wants to be as good as you? Well, just be yourself. Don't be as good as anybody. Just be as good as you can be. Don't try to, well, you know, that's the thing, you know. You be original, because there's already one me. You know, nobody needs a second me. You know, nobody needs a second Steve I, you know. Background in music, started self-taught 14, went to music school for drums, went to music gymnasium, which means something completely different in Lithuania, for classical guitar, but that lasted only half a year, and most of the time we just improvised blues with Sergei Krinicin. That was my teacher. And then I went to Kauno Juozo Gruodžio Muzikos Konservatorija, in English, like, you know, Kaunas Music Conservatory, whatever, for jazz, electric jazz guitar. And I came to the first lesson, and he said, well, play me something, and I played something, and he said, well, you don't have to come to my lessons, just show up for the exams. And that's what I did. I didn't go to lessons because he told me I don't have to, so I just went to exams and passed the exams, and that's it. I graduated 12th grade, and that was my whole education. And if you want to be, you know, good as you can be, there's YouTube. Trust me, this is a lifesaver. Just I'll link a bunch of channels in the description. It'll be like, if you're interested to learn music, check out these channels. Check it out. Do a beer pong video with your friends. Cheers. Well, I don't drink alcohol, never have in my life. Don't do drugs, don't smoke anything, and never have done. Well, anyways, so no. I was gonna say, and I don't have friends, but that's not true. I do have a few friends. Tips for buying used new guitars. Well, new guitars should be good unless it's like, you know, from AliExpress, Alibaba. Then it's a hit or miss. Bet he never kissed, yeah? Basically, you look at the neck, you make sure the neck is straight. Even if it's like curved like that, that's adjustable. Unless it's like that, then it's like good luck. You play it, you feel it. I tell you what, I'll make a separate video, because if I keep going into all the details, yeah, remind me, please hold me up to it. Make a video about how to buy a guitar. When are we gonna get album review? I think Fantano is doing that type of content. But you know, I don't know. If there's something particular you'd like to hear my opinion on it, let me know, and I might review it. I am a new guitarist and I'm wondering how I can do a good solo on the fly. What do I need to learn to solo? Well, definitely you need to learn scales. Then you need to practice them to the point where it's as natural as breathing. And then you got to know the appropriate scale for the appropriate change. And then once you know all of that, then you got to forget all of that. And then just play the note that you sing in your head. It's just do it. It'll be cringe at first, but you'll live with it, and then you become better and better as you know, as you go along. Yes, Jesus is real. Yes, he has a lawn mowing business. I've seen his truck. You busy today? I was waiting for your reply the whole day. I said I'm making a video. I'm making a video about, so... Do you have any daily rituals, practices, things you feel you have to do, no excuses to feel content? Definitely eat food, brush my teeth, and if anything else fails, go to the gym. Okay, just gotta go to the gym. Do you like Gibson? I mean, they're good. Just make a 7-string with a Floyd Rose, you know? If your house was on fire, what one thing would you grab while running out? I don't know, just whatever sentient beings are in the house. Everything else can just burn. Even the guitars. I don't care. They're just things, you know? What is your story of coming to USA? There's a video I made with Steve Harvey. I address that question in that video. How is your ass so cute? Well, it's false. You have never seen my ass, but I'm assuming this is like an American expression, you know, because everything's ass. So, well, I'm glad you're finding this cute. Thank you. Do you use non-standard tuning? If yes, what ones do you prefer? Thanks for your time. Thank you. Open D major and open G for slide playing. Those are great. When are you going to stop playing around and come over to England? We need a fix of Dovydas. Soon. I can't promise a date yet, but it's gonna happen. We'll make it happen. How do you feel when your gigs have little or almost none crowd? Do you think that it happens because of some lack of interest or the local people, or it's something else like problems with advertisement or others despite your undeniable talent and effort? Sometimes I feel that. Unfortunately, just a few people in the world really enjoys and support your take style on making music. What do you think about that too? Sorry. P.S. It's your fault saying that we can ask anything. Okay. It's Sarasota, Florida, you know, or Bradenton or Venice or whatever. It's Florida. It's a lot of older people. They don't really, well, now I'm sounding like I'm discriminating against older people. But it's true, okay? This is a retirement community. They don't, I don't know, maybe it's lack of advertisement. It's just, look, no one cared about me a year ago, okay? I had like no subscribers, no one watched my videos, okay? I did the same bars, and now all of a sudden it's like, if you're so popular, whatever popular is, on YouTube, how come there's no one at your gigs? It's the same, you know, they don't really watch YouTube. And there is a substantial minority, a pocket of people that show up because they watch my YouTube videos, you know, so that's really gratifying, and it's happening more and more. So as the time goes on, you will see me doing shows, videos of me doing shows where people show up and they're like, oh my God, this is awesome. This is live music. We love this live music, you know. Other than that, it's just, yeah, it's Florida, and yeah. I gotta shift blame. It's not my fault. It's Florida, you know? What is the biggest obstacle that you had as a musician, and how you achieved to surpass it? I wanted to sing in English, and the biggest obstacle was that I didn't speak English. And I learned and practiced to the point where I even speak with little accent to, you know, because I wanted to sing so bad, sing blues and rock and roll. So I even speak the way I do, and it's natural to me. So I guess that's an obstacle, because everybody else who I looked up to at the time, they were born in some kind of English-speaking country. Looking and how you improve and quickly arrange and compose songs, I wonder to myself sometimes, where did you obtain the ability to do this? What resources, exercises, techniques you use and used? It was slow. It didn't, like, you know, I didn't went to school for live looping, but so I guess all of my background and, you know, learning drums, harmony and theory and other things in music helps me to live loop and put things together in real time the way I do. Is musician a job or a way of life? Well, it depends. It depends how you look at it. For me, it's a way of life. As someone that has a passion for original music, does it bother you when people ask for covers requests? Well, they're showing their appreciation the best way they know possible in the moment. I can't really blame them for that. I suppose it's a custom of see a musician and then request something that once you hear it will bring you up certain emotions to feel. So I do warn them that it's going to be my version of it, though, you know. What kind of message do you want to give to beginners like us in the field of music? Well, learn as much as you can. Be very, very good at it. Practice every single day. Yeah, just keep at it, I suppose. How old are you and what is your favorite food? I'm 26, and any kind of food that doesn't have bones or kiwis, okay, I'll eat that. And no raw mushrooms. Yeah. What is the nicest guitar you've ever played, in your opinion? Well, I like my Schecter. It has everything I like. I just shipped it away to Schecter to repair it and possibly custom engrave my logo on it. If you could be a one kitchen appliance, what one would you be? I would be a refrigerator because it's always cool. Are you pitch perfect, Dovydas? Do you play other uncommon instruments like kalimba or some sorts? I don't really play other uncommon instruments, and I'm not pitch perfect. No. Recommendations for someone to get in touch with more musicians? Maybe you already have, but also a detailed tutorial on how you set up all your gear and how it all works. There's 3 different videos talking about my gear and how it's set up. Check it out. Search for Dovydas gear and you'll find it. And how to get in touch with some musicians? Go to jam sessions. There should be some jam sessions somewhere. Boxers or Bichon Freeze? What? I don't know what that means. When our world tour? Soon. Eventually. How long have you been playing? Did you take lessons or are you self-taught? I kind of answered that earlier. Please refer. I'm pretty sure I did. What do you think of Ibanez guitars? They're pretty good. You know, they're good guitars. Do you have any pets? Well, there are 2 dogs living in the same house as I do. So yes, that counts. How expensive is your kit? Well, check out the link in the description and then you can do quick maths and add it up and figure it out. I bought most of the stuff used, so it probably would be less than that. At what age did you start taking guitar and music seriously? Ever since I started, at 14. Which guitarist musician influenced you the most? I had this CD called Blues Giants, and it was like a random selection of these blues songs and musicians. So I guess when I started, it was that CD, which had, you know, B.B. King, John Lee Hooker, and Lightning Hopkins, and John Mayall, and then definitely Beatles and Elvis Presley. That was like when I first started playing. Can you describe what an average week looks like for you? How much do you practice old stuff versus try to create new stuff? Regarding an average week, maybe I'll make a video, you know, what an average week, yeah, that'd be good. How much do you practice old stuff, new stuff? Try to do half and half. I think that's good. Do you have a plan on doing some shows in California? Yes, I'd love that. If so, where would it be and where could I buy tickets to see you? But amazing content, keep it up. Thank you. Well, if I was to ever do that, I would make a video about it. And then I would let you know in the video where you could buy the tickets and where you could see me, for sure. Leopard prints pants for first date or not? It's all in the attitude. I'll not ask you, but I ask you just not to ever leave your feet on the ground. Your creativity shall lead you to the very top. Still, just don't forget what you went through. You'll be remembered more for your humbleness and respect than your creations. Really. Don't let your field disappear ever. Don't let pride take over it. Money to be your hero. Oh, this is like one of those touching comments. Don't ever change for a bit. Don't ever lie to your soul. Don't ever hide from it. Being humane is all that matters. Stay safe. That's it. Well, thank you. But, you know, in regards to don't ever change for a bit, you know, you change a little bit every day. Especially if you're younger. You grow every day, you know. So, I don't know. I just had to correct, you know. But thanks. I'm a big fan from Philippines. Awesome. And I love playing guitar. Can I have one of yours? Ha ha ha. No. Ha ha ha. Hey, my friend, how are you? I hope everything is going well. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Well, why are you shooting a Q&A video? Well, because, you know, look at all these questions. Apparently, people had questions. So, that's why I'm doing this. Nice pants. Thank you. How did you start performing and doing shows? I'll make a video about it. Yeah. Remind me. I will make a video about it. And I'll go into deep detail. Why these clothes and why this position? Well, check out that video. That's why. How do you feel about Ernie Ball, guitar strings, strap, etc.? They're pretty good company. I haven't met anyone from there, but I mean, I use their guitar strings. I don't know about their guitars. I'm sure it's like, look, all these companies, they have their guitars made in the same factories in Asia. It's all the same. They're just like have different sometimes quality control, use like sometimes different parts in different facilities, and they just slap a different label on it, and they have a little bit different designs. You'd be surprised how many guitar companies actually are owned by the same people or made in the same factory. You know. How did it all start? Well, if you could be more specific, I just wanted to play violin. I guess, you know, look, if you're vague, I'm just gonna answer any way I want to. So I wanted to play violin when I was 6. Well, you know, in Kaunas, Lithuania, man has to be a manly man, even if you're 6. So my parents took me to a swimming school to join a swimming team, and then I became a athlete swimmer, and then at 14 I picked up a guitar again. I don't know, I just always wanted. So I suppose that's how it started, you know. What artists, music genres influence your music? Just literally everything I hear. You know, maybe I'll be like shopping at Walmart and a song will come up on the thing, you know, and then I'll try to listen to it and look up on Shazam or whatever, and then listen to it later. Just anything. What looping pedal system are you using? Link in the description. It's a Boss RC505. That's a loop station pedal, whatever you call it. Are you German? No. And that's it. We went through all the questions. If you made it this far into the video, well, congratulations. You have accomplished something. I didn't think I was gonna go through all of it, but I did it. And you see what I do? This is my version of customer support. I take customer support very seriously. Subscribe if you haven't already. There's a notification bell to make sure you get notifications. I post videos every day, unless I changed my mind by the time this video comes out and I no longer post every day. But my studio album, produced and engineered by Brad Dollar, is coming in 2019, early 2019. I will be releasing 2 or 3 singles before the actual album drops, and it will be available in various formats, primarily as a vinyl, on dovydasbookings.shop. It's an actual URL. I spent half a day making it, and I'm very proud of myself that I did it. If I missed your question, or if I said, oh, I'm gonna make a video about this, please remind me, and I will. I'll expand more upon it. And there's also a Discord server. Check out in the description. There's more chitter chatter going on there as well. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.